fucking live, bud.
We going fucking live from the basement.
We are live from the basement, flying through the air on screen and sitting in a chair in the dark in the real lives. How are you there, buddy? Let's verify that she's
good, man.
verify that she's up and running there, I suppose.
I see it up.
That's the one you're gonna put on your end.
I think I got it.
See what we got our special. What are we smoking? What are we drinking? We got our names. We got our all the essential information. You know.
Beautiful. So good.
Oh, it definitely is. Oh, something I forgot. Check this out. Check this out, friends.
What do you got?
Oh. Nothing. I was just changing the beer thing in the middle, but I realized I just put that one there and it wasn't old, so I'm going to change it in the middle of the show instead and call attention to it then. And as for now, we're going to fucking move on. Maybe we'll get this thing started. Check out this footage here, man.
Fucking do it. Yeah,
this was an incredible race. This race, it was very difficult. Most of them are not quite so difficult, but this one I had to do it a bunch of times, you know? And it takes a little bit of learning, like which powers to apply in which situation, but these races are incredible. Their whole thing is to just make you familiar with the powers, like force you to use them, I guess, as you know, they're intended to be used, yeah. It's really cool. Like, I wasn't expecting this kind of thing at all, you know? I wasn't expecting enjoying this kind of activity in a game, even. Most of the time, it seems like busy work to me, right? Like, the side missions, 90% of the time in anything are just fucking tedium, you know? But here, like, yeah, here I janked it up. I had to do this one a bunch of times, bro.
Yeah, but like you said, right?
Fight.
It rides off the back of the fucking the movement and
that's
they crafted, right?
That's why it's incredible. The whole thing, all of the progression. Like, you want to make your powers better, what do you have to do? You have to fucking learn to use them in the capacity you already possess them at, right? And then the great thing is, the second they get better, wow, are you ever aware of it? You know, it's a very apparent fucking progression, right? Like, and you feel like you're learning to use it as it gets better, and you're appreciating each incremental a little bit of fucking speed that you get to your fucking shifting or what have you, right? It's so cool. Yeah, I there's a great joy to these races, you know? And like, you're fucking looking at the clock there. Here, I think you have to get it to like 1:30, you know? And so, like, this is one of my first times. I got pretty close, you know? Pretty close. Right here is the last bit. You have to land on the bit of this boat. And I did it over and over again, just like trying, like, you know, fucking Mark Hamilton, just trying to shave moments off of your fucking race, right?
Yeah.
But 10 seconds is a huge deal in a race like that, you know? You're like, how do I get down from 140 to 130? Yeah, I did it eventually, and I was so happy. I actually fucking turned on the microphone for the first time in forever on one of these streams and said, fuck yeah, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. What are you drinking there today?
Game. What do I have here? A Great Lakes premium lager.
Nice, man, nice. They're good beers. Good solid beers.
Very nice. Yeah.
Probably, like, if I was going to just drink a baseline lager out of any in the province, that would be up there, you know? I like the Blood Brothers, like the Bloodvar and the fucking that transhuman state, the Pilsner and stuff, but Great Lakes really has that just like cracker, like easy drinking bread fucking lager taste down, you know?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So maybe we should get her started formally, eh?
Let's do it.
Dan's in the room. How are you? Here we are, fucking afternoon, and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence, episode 74, with Mike and Alex, coming to you from fucking Green Dragon CVR in Woodbridge, Ontario. Your only fucking source in the area for both craft beer and video games, and probably for a lot of the beers that you can fucking get with us and not with other places, from what I understand. So please do check us out during this fucking ridiculous lockdown in Ontario. We have a monthly beer crate, a subscription fucking that you can fucking get in on, and we'll bring some crazy shit right to your house once a month. You'll like it, I promise. Without further ado, fuck guys, you know, we talked about this a little bit on Tuesday. I don't know if you were present for our GUI Live and Unleashed, but the topic bears further attention, you know, in a more structured format. And today we'd like to come back and talk a little bit more about Sony's Westward turn, you know, what has been widely reported on as their fucking redirection of resources away from Japanese development, and fucking a bunch of, like, you know, a Toyama and a bunch of the fucking guys, like, involved in Gravity Rush and Silent Hill departed, and with a bunch of their staff to fucking found their own studio to pursue creative freedom. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it their demise.
But yeah, it's
too early like to say. I mean, that's silly, right?
It is something
Sony
like that. Yeah.
Money, but
I believe you could call it their Westward turn. You know, like our fucking thing with Sony, like our factionalism, you know, our sectarian fascination with Sony as a brand over the others, like even over Nintendo, although to me they're almost indiscernible in this regard, right? Like I just think of them the same. If Nintendo had a fucking console I could just keep plugged into my TV that played 4K, I wouldn't really give a shit about the difference either. But yeah, I just mean to say Japanese development versus American, you know, there's a difference, right? There's a
difference in software there. Yeah, definitely.
A difference in fucking what people devote money to, you know, like also the Japanese are, you know, ruthless capitalists just like anybody else. I think that because of the fact that their culture is the way it is compared to our fucking bourgeois Western culture, like, you know, there is still a fucking fixation on the fucking thing on the other side of the fucking money symbol, right? It's not that you're making capital the game. Like, people are rich, but they understand that they get rich fucking doing something that corresponds to somebody's desire. It's not the same in the West, where we live in this postmodern fucking, like, you know, this postmodern state where desire is fabricated in the same breath that it's fucking satisfied, right? It's not really quite like that here. I do believe, like, fucking, you know, having been a fucking, I was gonna say student, but it's a ridiculous attribution of fucking Japanese video games my entire life, literally, you know, like, you know, it's very evident to anybody involved in the medium. I truly, like, it's an artistic judgment. It's a judgment of criticism. It's not like mathematics. It's not 2 + 2 is 4, but I'm telling you, play either of them. You'll fucking appreciate at the level of the fucking concrete form that the people who build these games, even if they are getting rich off them, what they're building is something that has its own fucking inner life. They're not building get rich the game, right? Capital the game, I like to say, right? You know? It's a game first, and whatever other fucking function it satisfies in the world is a different story, and I really don't care what that is. But what they're not doing is fucking making something that's like a pachinko machine. Like, its whole inner life is to absorb your fucking capital, right?
Take your money.
Yeah, there's integrity, in other words. So the thing in itself is fucking paid some variety of attention, and whatever fucking spot it fills in the bigger social scheme is not really the question at all, right? The fact of the matter is, like, you know, games like the one we're watching right now very much satisfy this criteria. You know, they have an inner life. They're not fucking fad games at all. What the hell even was this, man? What even was it?
Yeah,
seriously,
Gravity Rush, like, I don't know if it was...
It gets even weirder the more you go into it. It's fucked up, you know? You go through this pillar holding up the world that has, like, a spine on the inside of it, and you find a village of children living in the roots of the world, and somebody's telling you everything's a dream, and you're just like, what the fuck's going on? What is going on, you know?
Part of me thinks something like this was only greenlit because the Vita existed and they had a platform to put a game like this. Otherwise, maybe, you know, and then, like, of course, they came out with the remasters on the PlayStation
that's true.
4 afterwards. But
I guess the guy who was involved, too, the Toyama guy, like, he had some kind of fucking history, you know, that they were willing probably to trust him to some extent. Maybe it wasn't on, like, on a Last of Us style, you know,
that's what I mean, right?
Mainline, so like, home console game. Yeah, the Vita one.
Yeah, right. The Vita. So fucking, and that's, like, you know, another cool thing that it kind of gives you the same vibe there. Like, Sony's just gonna mainline focus on their home console, which is fine too. But I mean, that stuff like this was born out of the the Vita and the PSP days and shit like that. But
I think back in the PS4 generation, though, just a couple of years ago, how they fucking made another entry in this series as a mainline fucking home console game. You know, it was on the PS4.
Was Gravity Rush 2 not on the Vita?
No, man, it was a PS4 game.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
It seems like we're moving in the opposite direction we did last gen. You know what I mean? The de-Japaneseification of Sony. You know, instead of like...
You're right. Last gen does make it as kind of a stark difference between last gen and this current now, you know, PS5 gen.
It does to me. Even things like how Dragon Quest XI was an exclusive, although we are seeing 16. I don't know. In any case, we don't really have to get into the particulars too much. We can just fucking... Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Final Fantasy 16 is like kind of, you know, I mean, any Final Fantasy game, like a mainline Final Fantasy game, is pretty much a blockbuster, you know, like a AAA big fucking, so that, even though it's Japanese, would still fall under the umbrella, right, of I mean, we're saying they're going towards, but
it's important to qualify that, you know, this maybe this signifies that they're just going to work with Japanese publishers to fucking bring games to the system exclusively, like in a second party developmental capacity, you know?
Right. Like back in the day anyway, they used to do that all the time.
Which honestly, I'm favorable towards that. I don't really think, you know, the more I think about it, monopolies are not good
Some
things.
of the best games came out of that arrangement.
Like Bloodborne or Demon's Souls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the fucking PS2 days with like
Final Fantasy VII.
Metal Gear Solid and stuff too.
Death Stranding,
They never,
you know?
Yeah,
man, exactly. All shit of this nature. You know, maybe was that a Shuhei Yoshida thing? I don't know. Anyways, you know, it. In any case, it's their fucking stated fucking distancing of themselves from this mode of game development that we're commenting on today. We're not, necessarily speculating on what they will or will not do in the future, but it's known that, you know, a bunch of people from the Japanese side of the development, like in-house development, have left. They're cutting the budget of all of those teams. Fucking, it's not looking good, right? It's just the consensus of the industry, and they've come out and said, like, we're not going to fucking move away from the Japanese market, but, you know, that's public information, right? You're cutting back on it, bro. That's the way she goes.
Yeah, you'd say what you want, but what's actually happening is pretty telling, right? All the dudes are leaving, and you know, for that one guy, I can't remember his name, but you mentioned that he said, you know, he can make games again on his own accord, right? It's kind of like, ooh,
okay. It's Toyama, the guy who fucking invented Gravity Rush and Silent Hill, apparently, But, you know, this Westward turn, I guess if we're going to classify it, it would be fucking technically like they're you know, Jason Schreier reports on how they want to make blockbusters, and if that means anything, it means they want to make like movie style fucking anthropocentric, like character based fucking third person action games in the fucking vein of Uncharted or The Last of Us, because they sell gangbusters, they have fucking relatable, politically charged fucking stories fucking people can relate to, they earn all the right fucking points, they inflate a stock even if they don't sell that much copies, right? Like, that's just the way that she goes, you know? In many ways, that might even be more valuable, right? And, like, what does this signify, bro? Like, before we even get into anything else, what does it signify that they think these kinds of games are worth pursuing, right? Like, it's always the kind of short-sightedness and, like, fucking market fixation that I would not have attributed to this company in the first place, right? Like, why would you ever fucking publish something like Death Stranding if you thought you could look at a fucking graph of what shit happened before and figure out that something's going to be financially successful? Now, it wasn't financially successful off the bat, though I bet that's changed since then. It's besides the point, right? Like, your philosophy of publishing has always been other than this, you know? To be like, well, we're gonna make what seems fucking, in a predictable, sorcerous sense, somehow the fucking safe choice, right? Like, what the fuck? What is that?
Yeah, see, but it confuses me even so much, because it's like, so it's kind of like when a couple of years ago, you know, you got fucking, not even a couple of years ago, it's longer than that, but you get companies like EA or whoever saying like, oh, multiplayer games, this is what people want, blah, 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 and now it's like Sony is sort of flipping and saying, you know, people just want blockbuster games, or that's all they want to make anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, is that even viable? Like, what?
I don't know. I think maybe they fucking perceive it that's what separates them from the competition, so maybe they have to go hard on it, but...
Yeah, which is fine, but to me, it doesn't mean abandon your other catalog or offering. That's important.
I think if anything, these games make them like their competition. Are you kidding me? If anything, these games are like your fucking Gears of War and your fucking Forzas and shit like that. They're just the same, bro. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm saying that they should, if anything, having, you know, the expanded fucking
that's what sets you apart from your
catalog is what is what makes you, is diversifies you. Even if 100,000 people bought and played Gravity Rush, that's 100,000 people are playing it on your system, right? Even if it's peanuts, it contributes to the larger picture. But, like, you know,
no, for sure.
I guess, like you said, maybe they just want to devote everything and sort of streamline into making just big fucking blockbuster AAA game. But that seems more fucking dangerous. Like, you got nothing behind that sort of picking up the slack just in case, you know what I mean? You have a bad AAA game, then what, you close the whole fucking studio? Like, what?
I think
if it doesn't sell?
I think there's
that to me is like too many eggs in one basket.
Oh, it is for sure. And I think the precise reason why that is, buddy, I think there's really three fucking different points to unpack here, you know? Three separate but fucking interrelated points. And the first point is, what the fuck is a blockbuster? You know, I can say a cow is a thing, a game is a thing, Gravity Rush is a thing, Silent Hill is a thing. Blockbuster is not a thing. That's an adjective you're applying to a thing that is a fucking being of reason, you know? It's a fabrication, it's a measurement. It doesn't have any life outside of your mind, right? It's not something that you can say, I'm going to invest in Blockbuster. Not the store, like a fucking category, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? It's a reification, you know? It's like the concept of fucking the future, you know? It's a category that your mind invents. It has no fucking life outside of your mind. It only exists in your head. There's no such thing as you can't make a blockbuster. You only make a game that turns out to be one. You know what I mean? You can't set out to make a blockbuster.
All you're basically saying is like, you know how I've heard like before Cyberpunk came out, they fucking, you know, have like a goal, and basically they tell all the devs like, look, we're trying to achieve like a 95 plus on Metacritic. That's basically what you're saying. It's
yeah,
like,
that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's ludicrous.
We have to get a 90 or a 95 on Metacritic.
I think like that would definitely be a symptom of that. But like in any case, the idea that anybody could say, I know what good quote unquote is, or what blockbuster is, or what, like, those are adjectives of actual things, you know?
Yeah.
And what happens is somebody makes a thing, that's different, and it turns out to be good, and that's a human qualification. You know what I mean? It's a logical qualification, but it doesn't pertain to the thing itself outside of the mind, right? Like what you should make is the thing, the individual different thing, and you should focus on its ontological characters, you know, the things that make it a being. You shouldn't focus on these specious fucking metrics that fucking a sorcerer deals in, you know, which is what I call fucking economists and market professionals. Fucking sorcerers.
It's amazing.
So, at the end of the day, fucking, that's the first thing. There's no such fucking thing as a blockbuster, bro. It doesn't exist. All that does exist is the kinds of games that tend to sell well in the West. Okay? Let's be fucking real. You're putting this being of reason on top of a discrete category, which, by the way, that category, let's get into that now, okay? Number one, there's no such thing as a blockbuster. Number two, what do you want to do? Make every game like these kinds of games? Never mind that I don't like them, which I really don't. But we don't even need to touch that. We can just get into the fact that, what do you want to do? Make everything the same? You want to overcode then? You know, a code is like your genes. You know, when we use the word code, we're saying the nature of the thing, its identity, its fucking species, you know? And it seems like what they're saying here is they want to make all the games they make, or they want to make games generally, just be like that one kind of game. It's an instance of overcoding. It's like incestuous, you know? It's like fucking one guy wants all of his children to come out with the same fucking face. They want to be like his sister. You know what I mean? Like, buddy.
Yeah.
Why is it desirable?
It's like,
why would your portfolio like
the Microsoft way?
It definitely does. But even Microsoft, like, their core franchises are diversified to some capacity, right? What the fuck? Yours is not Forza. Whatever. Even if they're both shit, they're not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. This is like even worse. Like,
whereas The Last of Us, like, fucking
Uncharted or The Last of Us. Yeah.
But they are very much the same. All of three of those games, they are. You know, they're just fucking goofy. The same anthropomorphic. Fucking is very much the same too.
But
it was different progression-wise, but like in terms of its spirit, it was the same, right? So I don't know, man. Like
an action story.
Your portfolio is going to be fucking. It's going to be homogenous. Who does that serve? Never mind that.
That's
just
basically like that. That might carry Sony in some capacity, but they will lose out on, like, you know. Like, for me, I'm fucking, you know, we buy PlayStations and fucking play every PlayStation console because they have other shit to offer rather than the standard shit that you can get, you know, on either an Xbox or a PC or wherever the fuck else, right?
No, for sure. Well, I mean, definitely all of these things are fucking true, but even in the most fucking rudimentary sense, I think homogeneity is just ugly. You know, like, what makes something beautiful is it's self-contained diversity. Like, a fucking sunset is beautiful because it's fucking universality. Like, it's touching on so many different things and, like, embracing them all in a warm fucking hug. You know what I mean? It's like a class everything falls into. You know, it's beautiful because of its fucking comprehensiveness. A good game is internally diverse, right? It's fucking not good necessarily because it's novel or different, but because internally it's rich, you know? It's got tons of inner life, it's got this and that, and they're both ordered into a fucking coherent whole that your mind can just get lost inside of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Homogeneity is bad. It makes ugliness. It makes sameness. That's the exact opposite of beauty. Beauty is just being to the fucking appetite, you know? It's the appetite's ability to say, I love this fucking thing, you know, this being. And the beings that you can love are the ones that are rich and internally diverse. If we make everything the same, it's ugly. That's just the way she fucking goes, right? It's like a rock, you know? It's just a fucking, what is it? You know? It's fucking,
it's bound to kind of get fucking tiring and blah.
Homogeneity is crap. It's crap. And also anthropocentric games are crap, but we don't really even need to get into that because we're going to be here forever, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just hate games like that. I really do. Like, I don't give a fuck about your daddy issues or your love story or any of that shit. Fuck you. Fuck your Hollywood vibes. Corey, fuck you and your kid. Fuck it all. It's just awful. You know? Just fuck it. Just let's move on, right? Let's move on.
Yeah, for sure.
And on top of that, okay, so that's number 2. 1, there's no such thing as a blockbuster. 2, homogeneity is ugly. And fucking 3, do you really think then what happens when everything becomes homogenous is you see these fucking, if everything is the same code, you know, if everything has the same genes, then what you see is territories form, like fucking whole areas of sameness, you know, like fucking, not even like organic things like a genre where there's differences united by a same matter, but instead like incestuous clans of like hillbillies living in the mountains, you know, all having the same parents and fucking sisters and cousins, and it's all fucked up. You're like, what's going on here? A territory forms. And if history shows us anything, this is a point that maybe is a little bit different than what we've been saying so far. It's that this doesn't breed financial success at all. All of the people who try to fucking get into a genre late and copy the leading guy shit the bed, you know? 99% of the time. So if you're telling me you expect that you're going to go out and achieve success by copying what you think you can even measure in the first place, which we say you can't, then what the fuck are you telling? Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? After all is said and done, after the past 2 decades, you're really going to try that shit now? After everybody that aped World of Warcraft and everybody that aped Fortnite, everybody that aped every kind of fucking shit, now you're going to go and pull that, right? Against your own self, you know? Who are you kidding? What kind of doofus thinks that's going to be good, right? Is it because they replaced Shuhei Yoshida with that fucking guy from Gorilla? Is that why? You know?
Like,
is it his bright idea?
Or even the other dude. I can't remember his name. There's another guy up there.
Jim Ryan or whatever?
Jim Ryan. Yeah. There's a lot of people are blaming him, and I don't even know if it's...
A lot of people say it was Layton. It was Layton era good shit, eh? Remember,
sorry?
A lot of people say Jack Layton was was it Layton?
No, Jack Tretton or something.
No,
or
Sean.
What's his name?
It was that mousy looking dude. He was a few years ago. Remember that E3 picture or whatever where they all stood up on stage and took a picture of Phil Spencer and fucking Reggie and this dude. You know?
Can't remember. This was that Jack guy or whatever.
Yeah, it was a Sean. I think his name was Sean something. He left recently, anyways. But,
yeah, it might have been the Canadian guy after him then.
His whole thing was, you know, Skillup was talking about it. That's how I'm familiar with it at all on Twitter, and saying something like, you know, this guy was talking always about how maybe they don't sell the best games, but their quality, and that's what ensures the fucking persistence of their brand and their healthiness as a company, right? And like, what happened to that philosophy, bro? What happened to that philosophy?
Fuck,
where are you going with
this?
That
died out.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, supposing even you could fucking measure financial success based on some abstract metric that could be replicated, all it would show you was that this course of action is fucking ridiculous. You know, it's not going to buy you anything but failure, right? They're going to be the next lawbreakers or something, you know?
Eventually, yeah. Like, eventually it would happen, right?
Yeah. The next lawbreakers, for sure, buddy. The next Anthem, the next Fallout 76, the next fucking, who knows, of the many MMOs that tried to copy World of Warcraft, right? Like, why would you do that, you know? Innovate, make something beautiful, make something that takes conventions. Honestly, even Ghost of Tsushima in that sense is a cool fucking project, because maybe it's fucking familiar in so many ways, but nobody's seen something like that before, you know?
Yeah.
Even in terms of like the fucking setting that you place something like that in, right? Like they're adventurous and they're into fucking putting new IPs in the hands of their fucking studios that made totally different things, you know? So, I don't know. I think that they should fucking do more stuff like that, buddy. Seriously.
I think that was, well, I mean, what we thought what the course would be, right? And now...
Yeah. Like, I don't like the fucking anthropocentrism and stuff like that, but, like, the game is pretty cool. The universe is cool. It's a very nice feat of world building, right? It's not the kind of thing that I fucking would like to see them make in comparison to some of their weirder Japanese shit, but the biggest distinguishing factor between Gravity Rush and that game is the fucking fact that its story is all feelings-based and anthropocentric, right? Like in Western, you know? This one has fucking feelings, but it's weird. Like, you know, it's hard to get at this
vague
fucking
and abstract. Yeah,
there's an authenticity to like the way they fucking have relationships depicted in Japanese games, and in all cases there's deep roots in like some fucking substructure of the world, and it's not about the fucking dynamics of the person necessarily.
Yeah.
At least that's my feeling with it. I'm willing to justify that, to argue that to the grave. I think it's evident to anybody who played it, you know.
Oh, definitely. Everybody who plays and appreciates these games can pick up on that.
Yeah. But that's my thoughts on this fucking situation. Anyways, like in the first place, there's no such thing as a blockbuster.
No.
At all. And if there was, making everything the same would make it ugly. And even if you could make everything the same, all it's gonna do is you're gonna fucking lose money. So, fuck you, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's also, I feel like there's maybe one more avenue to consider, and of course, like, the media is blowing this up, and we are seeing, you know, shit actually going down. Like we said, there are guys leaving.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, we're also being extremely, like, pessimistic. Like, maybe, you know, maybe there are some kind of other plans. Maybe they do want to work with more. Yeah,
maybe it's easier for them to collaborate that way.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Obviously,
that'd be cool,
publications, without a doubt, are gonna go clickbait and be like, "Oh no, doom and gloom, blah," right? Like, and it does fucking make sense. It does look bad, right, right now. But
it's worth noting that even the Toyama guy said that we are gonna have a healthy working relationship with them. We're not
exactly
opposed to like. So you know what though? If it does work out that way, that they're just, instead of fucking publishing first-party games, their first-party games are all Western junk, but they're still a fucking nice. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, like a healthy amount of.
Yeah, there's still a fucking
second and third party, right?
There's still a fucking healthy publishing relationship with all of these third-party studios and a nice stream of games coming out from them, like we saw with all the other, you know, like they didn't make fucking Dragon Quest 11, they didn't make Bloodborne, they didn't make fucking Final Fantasy, whatever. I just want to see those games on their system. So whether or not they make it, it's the fact that they're making it a hospitable home for those games. Right,
dude. Even like FF7 remake, timed exclusive. It's been over a year now, and it's still only playable on the PS4. Like,
wow, that's nuts.
When the fuck? You know what I mean? What the fuck? They're gonna come out on like the Xbox or the PC? I get like PC. Okay, that's one thing because you can push it harder than the PlayStation. But like, what? Are you gonna throw it on the Xbox and then what? Like the next fucking Nintendo it's gonna be on, like,
I don't know either, man, but I did like
they
in that PS4
stuff like that. Sorry, go.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's just that like that format of making games, like in the PS4 gen, you know, we saw a game from a couple of fucking great RPGs from Square Enix. We saw a game from Platinum. We saw a game from FromSoft. All Sony games. You know, I guess they had some hand in paying for these fucking games, right? That's who made Nier. That's who made Bloodborne. That's who made Dragon Quest. So these are not first-party games. I want to see that shit more. So fine, maybe they won't make Gravity Rush, but if they publish Toyama's game instead of fucking developing it, that's even better in some capacity, right? The guy's doing it himself.
Might be, actually, yeah.
I'm down for that. So that's true. It's worth to note that. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad, but if it means that their fucking console is going to be the home to a certain kind of homogenous, incestuous family of game exclusively,
then that's garbage.
That's yeah.
That's
I'm not
garbage.
looking forward to that, of course. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. But
time will fucking tell.
Time will tell, man. All right, maybe it's not cause for concern. We will see. We will see. So fucking what else is there, man?
Oh, it's been, I was gonna say, it's feels like it's been slow because I sort of haven't been playing that fucking much in the last week or so. I've been kind of busy and it sort of dropped Outriders like a sack of shit.
Me too.
Yeah, you did. I know.
They nerfed my class too. I can't even log in 9 out of 10 times, and you nerf my fucking class? Are you kidding me? And they nerf my class in a way that makes the boss battles even more tedious? Are you joking? Because the only way you can get through those boss battles is with the fucking ability they just nerfed. Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like if you didn't beat it like right away before they nerfed this shit, then
I really would have liked to, but I couldn't get in most of the time, so.
Yeah, the last time I tried to play it, I tried to party up with Dan, and I was playing solo, and it was working. And as soon as we tried to play together, we couldn't connect, and it wouldn't work. So
it's fucked up, buddy.
There's a few times we got in, and then mid-encounter, one of us would drop, and it's like, fuck this.
Yeah, that's brutal. See, like, that's why I fucking, you know, that's what gives you that sensation to jump into something new most of the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened, and that's what pushed you into Gravity Rush, because you were like, "Fuck this! I just need something else." And then I sort of flew back into Final Fantasy X a bit.
That's cool too, though. That's beautiful.
Because I'm always fucking playing some Final Fantasy shit lately.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, whenever I had time, I jumped in there.
I want to play a Final Fantasy 2 again, man. I'm thinking of which one. Probably 8. You know, on Switch. I'm thinking of or on PS4.
8 is a good one because I
played. Great game.
fuck all of that one, and it played maybe a couple hours, and
It was complicated. It probably is good to go back and visit, and I think they added like shit where you can speed up the battles and just generally make it less tedious, so it'll be real fucking prospect of finishing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Switch ports all have that shit. I used it for Final Fantasy 7 and stuff.
I'm probably just gonna buy it on PS4 for the fucking 4Ks.
Oh, yeah.
And
played on the PS5s, bam.
Yeah. If I don't know if we talked about this in 2 weeks ago's episode, so can I fucking talk a little bit about Gravity Rush before we fucking shut it down, actually? Because
go nuts.
Fuck, there's so many different ways that this game fucking just vibes with everything I like about this medium. Everything. Yep. You know? In terms of mechanics, it's so familiar, right? Like, even from 2012, like, this game is mechanics, it's modern, bro. You played it, you wouldn't know it came out fucking that long ago. Almost 10 years ago. Other shit coming out 10 years ago was fucking not anywhere near as competent mechanically as this game. You know?
Yeah.
It's
especially
beautiful.
With the gravity system we haven't really seen in any other game.
Yeah, I've never seen
my
anything
knowledge.
like
I'm
that
sure
before.
there has been, but
not that with that degree of just, you know, if you say to a guy,
freedom,
you have this freedom to fucking go in the environment in any direction you want, all over the place, fucking anytime, in, you know, hang upside down and stuff, that takes a lot of like fucking attention to detail in the world you're gonna build, right? It really, really does.
Yeah.
And their choice of the world to fucking pair with those mechanics, this like floating city on a giant pillar out of an ocean of darkness, you know, that eventually, by the way, you go down into, it's pretty badass. It's fucking crazy, man. It's so many things. You're like, you know, it makes sense organically at so many levels. Like, never mind, we're even talking about the world yet, but as a mechanical product, like, you're gonna play this fucking girl that can control gravity, and where are we gonna do it? We're gonna do it on a giant pillar in the middle of fucking nowhere. You can float between these different boroughs, and fucking there's races between these multi-layered cities where you have to use all your powers. Oh man, the environment perfectly complements the mechanics of the genre, and that genre, I don't know what the fuck it is. I really don't know what kind of genre this is. It's an open world action adventure game, I guess, but yeah, it's incredible. Like, obviously the name of the game here is the fucking movement, and what makes it unique is that, you know, with the right bumper, with R1, you fucking disengage gravity, and she floats in the air, your character. Her name is Kat. She actually doesn't know her name, she names herself Kat. And you float in the air there. And then when you press R1 again, you just fly as though gravity is re-engaged in the direction that you're facing.
In the direction,
so you just fall, and then it's like you can just fly. You can anytime you can hit R1 and redirect yourself. You can steer in the middle of it. You can dodge. Combat takes place in the air. It's incredible, buddy.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, please continue.
I remember like playing it on the Vita, and I remember being so impressed, but I didn't want to finish it on the Vita. Like, I hated playing on it.
Yeah, me
for
too.
Whatever reason,
because you have to steer with the fucking motion control. That's why.
Yeah,
it was terrible.
yeah.
You know, see how right now I'm redirecting myself? You would have to turn the Vita. I tried it too on the Vita. I put it down immediately for that fucking reason, right? The fuck is this? What if you want to sit still? You know, and play your video game? No, it's not an option. Oh, okay, great. Right? Like, here they obviously have a fucking option to steer with the analog sticks, you know. They may have had that on the Vita. I'm not even sure. I don't want to.
I think it did, because I remember switching to it. But even still, just playing it on the Vita didn't do this game justice. Like, it
didn't click
awesome
with me either. I
TV,
felt like there was a
right?
lot of fucking motion elements that I just wasn't down with. And here you can turn it off immediately, though it does have it. Perplexingly, they do give you the option still somehow. And man, flying around just right off the bat before you get into anything is incredible. It's so fun to just do it all day. And the way that the character, she just hangs there, you know, like floating in the air, like dreamily with this great jazz music playing in the background. It's so good. It's such a JRPG. Like, the whole vibe is like this bizarre fucking, you know, everybody in weird clothes style JRPG world. Like, could only have come out of Japan for sure.
And it's got such a cool vibe too. It's not like the same as like sort of Dragon Quest being really like, it's a little more down and out. Like, it's weirder, right?
Oh, it's weird as fuck. Yeah. Check out this part here. Now somebody's like, oh, I dropped my letter, and you're gonna go try and find the letter, and you end up going to the bottom of this pillar that the world is coming out of, you know. And finding a whole, I was like, oh, this is the whole map. Nope, it's not the whole map. These 4 different cities. Instead, there's a whole new fucking world underneath the fucking
Really?
city. Yeah, it's crazy. It's unbelievable. And this thing is an organic structure, you find out. Like, it's got a skeleton inside. It's I really have no idea what's going on, but it's fucked up. There's this chick, like, on drugs telling you the world is a dream, and it's just out there, bro. It's really, really cool and out there. Like, it's Kojima-esque in that regard. Like, you know, it really, like, you constantly feel a sense of wonder, you know? For me, that's so essential when you're playing a game, to just be feeling constantly, like, surprised and like it's magical and you want to be in that world, right?
Yeah.
Not like you're fucking logging in, you're like, ugh, what do I have to do today? I gotta do some chores, I gotta do some
Destiny chores.
Yeah. Here you're like, yeah, let's go fucking zip around, let's fly, you know, it's...
Yeah, it feels like playing fucking...
Yeah.
Almost like a Tony Hawk game where you're just fucking...
Yeah.
Constantly moving, like the feeling of fucking
exactly
going, like when you grind to a halt, it like hurts you inside, like
except taking the beautiful sights. And the other crazy thing is fucking it's long enough, it's like 20-30 hours, but within a week I'm done. I'm almost at the end of it, and you know, that's
nice.
Perfect. Like, I want to be done, I want to just be done with it. This is like the greatest fucking, for me, that's perfect proportion for a game, you know, that like week-long engagement where you hit it hard and then fucking you're done, you know. It's not gonna be like protracted, like 50 hours plus. Oh my fuck, you know. That's like a huge labor of love for me, man. Like Bloodborne style.
Nice burst, leaves a fucking lasting impression on you, and that's it.
Exactly. It's such a great game. And then when you, all that, it's just the mechanics. You know, the combat is really cool too. It's pretty much consistent, like floating in the air and like aiming yourself and then plummeting into the guy with a kick, you know? Yeah. Very cool.
Does it expand past that, or that's like...
There's a bunch of other special abilities too and stuff like that. You can do ground combos, you can do sliding kicks. It's a pretty robust combat system, actually, yeah. But the meat and potatoes is aiming and directing your kicks for sure, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, and aiming and directing other abilities. Yeah, it's up. I honestly, I have no fucking idea, but I'm looking forward to trying. Honestly, I'm really psyched for it. I bet you I could get through that too before fucking we get into a maze. The 30th is Returnal, but that's still fucking 2 weeks away practically, so.
Yeah, but there's gonna be there's some games coming out next month, right? There's a little bit of a gauntlet.
Oh yeah, next month is a huge, and one of those games is 3 actual games, pretty beefy games too. So.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
That's like a month's worth of games.
Yeah, it is, easily.
Maybe more.
Oh yeah, but those games too, though, you can smash in a week. Those are not fucking brutal.
Oh really?
Like,
okay.
Slogs.
Cool.
Yeah, they're not Dragon Questing. EA got like that with Inquisition. Really, that was its first fucking brutal, punishing like 80-hour fucking slog. Mass Effect 2 especially, if you play any of them, just play 2, man. They have a comic at the beginning of it where you can pick your choices and see the story for number 1. I'm sure they're going to include it.
No way. So I can literally just jump in 2 and say fuck 1?
Yeah, I would do
that.
I'm
so down.
1 is pretty good. I don't know, but one has a lot of tedious parts that just fucking... 2 is such a great game. 2 is like crystallized like perfection. They know exactly what works. They went with it, you know? They weren't afraid of like fucking that streamlined character. The levels, it's great. You'll love it. You'll love it. It's such a great game. Such a great game.
How's like 3 with the patched ending and stuff?
I honestly thought the normal ending was fine too. I don't give a fuck about any of that, bro. I love 3 too. It's good. It was actually really good. Even 3 was a great game. The only thing is they had a multiplayer part that I didn't participate in. I don't know. For me, it feels like they were still fucking tending in the wrong direction there. But it's still a great game. Like it doesn't really have any parts that I dislike, that I didn't enjoy. It's cool, you know? You get a lot of cool epic scenes and war with the Reapers. It's great. It's really good. Peak BioWare.
Cool, so that's fucking...
We're gonna get Resident Evil, we're gonna get Mass Effect, and we're gonna get that fucking Biomutant game, which I'm excited for, you know? I'm truly excited for that. I love games like that. That's weird, like... couldn't be made by a AAA studio, fucking just out there kind of games. And all these games like that one, the shark one, like Vampire, like fucking... Werewolf, you know, these monster animal games. Like, what's up with that shit, eh? People just want to be furry creatures or sharks or something.
It's weird that it's making a resurgence, but I don't know how long it's gonna stay if they're not successful enough. I know Maneater probably was.
Maneater seems like it did pretty good, eh?
I don't know about that werewolf game, if it was too successful.
I don't think it was. Maneater was for sure. That probably less. I didn't honestly, like, I tried it for a bit. I'm gonna get back into it. I want to give it a more shot, but yeah, it didn't grab me like Maneater did, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Man-Eater, like, immediately you're like, whoa, this is
Yeah, Man-Eater's sick.
They have a brilliant opening level too, because they don't throw you in as like the shitty little shark. Like the first few minutes you're playing as like this giant fucking mama shark, you know?
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah. And then you get fucked.
Yeah, that's smart, you know? Because otherwise people would be like, ah. But instead you feel like, yeah, this is awesome, and then they take it away from you and you want to reclaim
it away, yeah.
It's nice. It's pretty good.
Don't you just love that? Just like...
I do, yeah. I do.
I mean, if we've probably talked about this a billion times, that kind of progression is awesome.
It is awesome, for sure. I want to see more experimental stuff like this. I don't know, with weird universes that have metaphysical themes and less of a focus on fucking Hollywood-style narratives, you know? Like, this is presented as a comic book, Gravity Rush, and it's got characters. There's even love stories and stuff like that, but it's not fucking Hollywood.
Honestly,
like,
you could compare this a lot to like Death Stranding, right?
Yeah,
in a way.
Could. I think so. In many
just
in
the way, like, you know, the progression,
movement based, you know, progression. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good comparison, buddy. Good comparison.
Right. Vastly different, but like baked down into the same type of.
That's a great point. You know,
about,
that's an incredible point, man. You know, those are both movement focused games.
Yeah.
What are you doing in this game too? Ever in combat? In the side mission, in the main mission, you're fucking moving. That's the main point, right?
Yeah.
Wow, good point, man. Good point. I wonder if Kojima played this game. I'm sure he played this game.
I'm sure he had, or at least is aware of it and knows about.
He'd fucking love this game. I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And there's even parts where you, like, have to go into this, like, this guy comes, his name is Gade, but he's the god. He's God. They're just fucking playing with words, these fucking guys, eh? It's so funny. His name is Gade, and he created the world.
Okay.
And yeah, and he's like, he opens his coat, and fucking he has like a galaxy inside of his coat, like a big portal, you know, and you go inside of it, because that's what happens, you know. I wonder if I could fucking, for a moment here, we'll probably cut this part out, if that's okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna fuck with it. Well, anyways, if you guys want to see, you could head over to fucking greendragoncvr.com or to our Twitter and find all the fucking pictures we posted from our time with this game. And you can see Gade in his open coat and with his universe inside of it. And you can see, like, the drug trippy girl fucking telling you that you just have to see reality in a new way. And then you go into this, like, geometrical dimension where you're chasing this guy with a head that's made of light. It's all, like, weird, buddy. And look at this part right now. This is the pillar holding up the world.
Fuck?
You see this? It's like an organic structure, you know? This is definitely Kojima-esque, right? Like,
yeah, this is nuts.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. It really gets weird. I didn't expect this at all. You know, I thought I had seen the whole of the game already, and then they really had some more to show me. Like, it surprised the shit out of me, right? If I didn't already think this game was kick-ass before this component, this really, like, sealed the deal for me, you know?
Yeah. What's
yeah, like
is that your health bar? What is that up there?
The green bar is my health, yeah. But in this section, you go inside the pillar, and, like, for some reason your gravity powers don't work inside the pillar, so you have to just drop and fall, you know?
I was gonna say, this is like MGS3 ladder fucking esque, like just falling for like what, 2 minutes? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's like a boss fight you do in here too that consists in falling essentially, but you get your gravity powers back, and it's all weird. It's a spine, bro. It's all fucked up. I really do like this fucking game. It's incredible. You know?
Yeah, honestly, as soon as you started playing and started posting pictures and clips online and shit, I was like, oh my god, I want to play this again so bad. And like, I've only played a couple hours on the Vita, but
yeah,
I definitely want to jump in on the fucking...
Man, just get PS Now for 1 month. It's like fucking $10, you know? Why would you don't even have to buy the game. It's like fucking $30, you said, right?
True, just run through it and then...
Yeah. Fuck that.
I'll either continue to subscribe or cancel it.
Yeah. It's a pretty good service, honestly. 9 to 10 times when I want to play a game, it's on there, and I just don't even have to take out the disc yet.
Crazy also, that they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I know, right? They're like, yeah, PlayStation's cooking up some fucking thing for...
Yeah,
Xbox Live. Like, what are you talking about? They already have one, man. I think they have more games on it. It's not even a joke. They do have more games, you know?
Yeah, like I can't imagine. Oh my god.
They don't have more necessarily. I think they may have more of the downloadable ones. I think it's up to 200, but like with the streamable ones, it's almost 1,000. It's crazy. Yeah, they definitely have more.
Yeah.
And
they got a ton of games on there.
Yeah, they stream pretty well too. They don't even stream like shit. They stream pretty good. You know?
That's why I don't understand all those news articles saying that they're gonna, you know, what's PlayStation gonna make to rival Game Pass? Like, they already have it. They just need to fucking promote it more. Like,
Yeah, I don't
know, or whatever. Who cares? Like,
but you know, I saw Cullen Moriarty say the other day, like, PS5 is the fastest selling console in American history by units. You know, and they're way outstripping the other.
And
guys.
there's shortages. People are dying to get one, and they can't even buy it.
Yeah, I know, right? Isn't that funny? Yeah, and they're trouncing the competition. So I think it's only in, like, you know, this closed circle of, like, video game news space that we think that there's some kind of competition at all, right? Like,
doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's why though, to keep that status, you need to keep making the games, but you need to keep giving us reasons to play on your platform, right? Or even if you don't, you need to.
Rush games.
Yeah, me too.
Fuck, I would kickstart a third. No.
Me too, man. I think all else aside, like, even if it does mean that they're gonna partner with these guys to make games on the platform instead of relying on fucking in-house development, like, it's shitty for me that their in-house development, their choice is to go with fucking Californian game design, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely does suck, but it's I don't know. Can't even justify it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. Does it even make money? Like, it's such a gamble. Like, how the fuck do you know something like that?
That's what I mean. Like, we've been told the last 10 years that AAA development was skyrocketing out of control, and that it was extremely risky to the point where all the big companies, you know, are saying it's not worth it anymore. Like, I don't know. And now Sony's saying that this is the only thing worth it for them. Like, it's weird messaging, right?
It is very strange.
And maybe we're looking into it too much. Who knows, right? I mean, we got to talk about something. Fuck, but
right. Who knows? Yeah, that's exactly fucking it. I really don't know.
I mean, yeah, for our sake, I hope that they at least, you know.
For that matter, though, you know, buddy, for that matter, if they move to the fucking company that makes, like, the shitty Western games and Kojima makes an Xbox game, I don't give a fuck. I'll play an Xbox. I don't care.
Oh, I'll play it. I don't give a fuck.
Fucking
I would just buy it I wouldn't even subscribe to Game Pass. I'll just buy it day one. I don't care.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I already am subscribed to Game Pass.
You are subscribed, yeah.
I'll still buy it day one.
You'll buy a fucking physical copy for sure. I probably would too.
Kidding me? Of course, yeah. Even if I don't play it. I hope not to play it, in fact.
On PC too.
You know? Oh, look at this part, man. This is fucked. This part really blew my mind.
You know what's crazy? That looks like pre-rendered backgrounds. Like, it reminds me of, like, the old Final
does.
Fantasy games, right?
I really don't
Final
think it is. You fight a fucking boss battle, like, zooming around these spines. It does look that way. It's a beautiful game, you know?
Yeah, maybe it's just because of the blur and
the
stuff.
Cell shading and all that shit. Yeah. It's beautiful. It does look at that. It looks like a drawing, right? But you can actually go amongst the parts. It's this whole area consists of, like, a boss fight where you have to dodge this chick trying to send you back to the top, you know? And it's another, again, like, the boss fight itself is a movement fight.
That's sick. Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
I love these scenes too, even just the you know, anime sort of art style.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Comic book strip, fucking wow. What a game, man.
What a game, eh?
Yeah, I would love to play some Gravity
cool.
Rush right now. Actually, I'm staring at my PS5 right now since
right. What a neat thing, isn't it? Like, you know, like, think that this was even made. What the fuck? You're right. It probably wouldn't have been made if not for the Vita's movement mechanics. The very thing it is best without, you know?
That's what I mean, because it's like they needed lower budget titles for the Vita, right? Smaller games. They probably wouldn't have greenlit something like this for a console, right? But they needed stuff for the Vita, right? The Vita is such a great fucking system.
It was such a great system, bro.
Jesus Christ, like,
it was amazing.
It's sad to see Sony move away from that, right? That's really part of all of this too, right?
Yeah, I played Dragon's Crown on that too. I played so many good games on the Vita, buddy. So many.
I remember Dragon's Crown. Fucking, we played that game the day it came out.
Yeah. Oh man, remember in your backyard at your parents' house? Fuck, that was a great game. That was a great game. Great game. Fuck. The whole fucking 2010s were a great fucking period, eh? It was a dark age for video games at some point, but really turned around there.
It feels that way, eh? So funny.
Really turned around there at the end.
Yeah.
We never would have thought so even when we started this project, but, like, yeah, it was an incredible time for video games. Everything really grew into its own, even in a way that, you know, a lot of my favorite games came out in the past few years, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, easily.
Ended up way less grim than we thought it would be, and here we are thinking maybe we're getting to that point again. Who knows?
Fuck, I think even if these guys shit the bed, like, I'm sure they're not going to be opposed to people publishing good games on their console, right? So.
Yeah, I feel like maybe, you know, we're just, who knows what'll happen with Sony, but at the end of the day,
yeah, games
always somebody
games are gonna
out
keep
there
going, man.
Yeah, there's always somebody out there who's making something good.
Yeah, tap into those uncoded flows of desire, you know, and fucking make exactly what people like us are looking for.
Wherever they are, we'll buy them.
What do you say we fucking cut this part off for the recording, and we can stick around and chat for a couple more minutes if you want.
Sure, yeah.
All right, fucking let's maybe you, if you want, you can fucking stop the recording for this part, and I'll keep the stream going.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can just shoot the shit for a while. Maybe I see a couple of people in the fucking thing here. Gentlemen,
what's going on, everybody?
Thank you very much for tuning in. To any listener who's fucking been around this whole 50 minutes so far, holy shit, we love you very much, and fucking thank you for tuning in, and come back next week for GUI 75 on Saturday. Actually, it's not going to be that long. See you soon. Meanwhile, the rest of you stick around. I'm going to go grab something from the fridge.
Fuck yeah, the fridge. Holy fuck.
Hello.
Hey there.
Live and Unleashed, I guess, part 2 of the week. How the fuck are you, bud?
Doing alright. How are you?
Not bad at all. That was a pretty fun episode. Hey, it's
So.
Leon. How are you, Leon?
Leon.
Just chilling. Just chilling in the stream. Enjoying now a West Avenue Little Mac single variety Macintosh apple cider. Great thing is we can change in real time this whole thing here.
Yes, I am fucking streaming on Twitch, playing Call of Duty while I
Good call. You do that. You stream
test
Call of Duty.
my fucking, yeah. I use it as mainly right now as just like a test for my video card. I'm bumping up my clocks, and as soon as it crashes, I use Call of Duty as like a benchmark to fucking lower it after if it crashes, because this game seems to crash when I put it too high. So
Excuse me, just one sec.
yeah, man. Overclocking the shit out of my fucking 3090. Because why the fuck not? Why not? What the fuck?
There we go.
Yeah.
So you're playing some CS, eh, bud?
No, Call of Duty.
Oh, Call of Duty. Fuck, that's not
Call
bad.
of Poopy.
How's that going, too?
It's alright. It's fun to just fuck around.
Yep.
Jump in, shoot people, and it's actually surprisingly one of the reasons like I said, I was using it to test my graphics card when I fucking overclock it. Surprisingly is like a pretty graphically competent game. Like it has ray tracing, it has a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of fucking PC settings, so I'm using it to push my fucking overclocks.
Is there a neat PvE mode now where you can fucking kind of participate in those, like, you know, archetypal genre conventions that I think COD does so well, yet at the same time not have to fucking concern yourself with that kind of trivial progression that characterizes the, you know, the mainline multiplayer offering? You know, like the zombies and shit like that?
Yeah, no, I don't play the fucking zombie stuff. I don't know. This one, to be honest, I haven't played any of the like campaign for this game, so I don't know what that consists of. But I just play the multiplayer to fuck around in. Like it's got the same kind of progression like as any multiplayer FPS where you just unlock guns and stuff.
I understand.
Perks,
That's pretty cool.
This and that and whatever. Now there's obviously like skins and fucking bullshit, but
yeah.
It's weird because last year's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, I played only the campaign and like hardly fuck all of the online. This one's like total opposite. For some reason, I just play the fucking multiplayer and I didn't touch any of the single player stuff. I don't even know what it consists of. Like, there's also zombie mode, and like I'm not interested in like that kind of wave-based bullshit, right?
Sure. I see.
Like I might as well be playing like Outriders.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck.
I always feel the same when I feel like I need forward momentum in something in terms of like what it is presenting on the other side of the fiction. You know, it can't just be like a static loop for me. Like the mechanics have to be presenting something to me, you know. Otherwise, I feel like my mind, like fucking, it rebels. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can't get sucked in, right?
Yeah.
It's like lately I've been thinking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm excited for the fucking Intergrade to come out
Oh
on
yeah.
PS5 because I want to fucking
Excuse
play
to
the
play it again.
DLC. Yeah, right? Like, exactly. I want to play the DLC. I want to fucking see
What
how
DLC is there? I didn't know there was
PS5. They added the character Yuffie and like her backstory.
Oh, true.
Some shit.
True.
Yeah.
That was a great game when I think back on it more. Like
Oh yeah.
the more I you know, like as time goes on, like the parts I disliked about it become like more and more unimportant to me, and like all I remember.
Yeah, you don't think about it as much.
Yeah. Which were like almost just nothing really big, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I have is
It
that
was
incredible
too much content. It wasn't that it was bad content, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just got this incredible sense of place from it all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's always really a touching game, really. Like beautiful, beautiful game.
One of my favorites, man, for sure.
Defining experience of last year.
I still listen to the soundtrack almost every day, and there's such a diverse and like fucking range of music. There's like rock songs, metal songs, there's electronic songs, fucking like K-pop sounding songs. There's like just a wild amount of fucking variation.
Sure.
It's fucking incredible, dude. There's like some crazy electronic shit. Like, I love it.
It's a lot of crazy stuff in there for sure, man.
Oh yeah.
Even how they adapted the gameplay from fucking a few different iterations of Final Fantasy to that game was pretty astounding, you know. I remember when we played the demo for the first time. Fuck, it must have been early 2020. Yeah, it was crazy. I think it was right before COVID, actually. Remember that?
Right before what?
It was right before COVID. We played the demo for that game.
Oh yeah, probably. And then the game got a bit delayed, I think.
Yeah, and then shit hit the fan, buddy.
Yeah.
What a thing, eh?
That did happen, and still shit is still hitting the fan.
Yeah,
apparently.
The world has adapted fairly well, other than us, of course.
Some capacity.
Yeah. Very interesting. What else is on the horizon for you between now and fucking Are you gonna play Returnal?
Probably.
Yeah. Pretty interested in that one. I like the fiction. I don't know if I like the procedural elements. I guess it'll depend how they take it.
Yeah, something like that. Like, as much as I want it, like I do agree with you. Probably won't like it.
Yeah.
You got to give it sort of a shot first, right?
Yeah. If it's like Remnant.
See how they do it exactly.
Remnant, I did enjoy it. It was good. It was very cool.
Yeah.
It's not like the kind of thing you really notice other than maybe in sewers or something like that, because, you know, who the fuck's gonna build a dead-end fucking drain? It's kind of not a drain if it's a maybe a reservoir, I don't know, but yeah. Other than that, like, it was pretty cool. It made it fun to go into your game because it wasn't the same fucking map, obviously, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. It totally depends on how it's implemented, and you can't really say until you try it, right?
That's right, yeah. I guess it depends to what extent, too, they do leave the design of the fucking map and the world to, you know, procedural fucking generation. If it's just like middling components, like maybe in nature or something like that, you know, the placement of trees and rocks, it does make sense, you know.
Yeah.
To my mind. I bet you could achieve a kind of randomness with that sort of placement that would more approximate like what you would see outside than you could with some guy, like, yeah. But
placing it,
yeah. If you're gonna do other stuff like a city street or, you know, something that would require like intelligent intervention in its placement, then I could see a lot of problems arising with that. We will have to see what Returnal does. It takes place on an alien world, and what's the premise of it too? I don't know.
I fucking don't even know, man, honestly.
Most of the coverage so far has been like from the people making it, and everybody on Twitter is bitching about that, but
yeah, I don't care.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What do you think? I respect journalists in a normal day? Like,
yeah, like I trust them any fucking if anything at this point, I trust Sony to, you know,
absolutely,
more than fucking, at least they're just gonna show you their shit and not have some stupid opinion on it that's based on some other stupid bullshit too or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think fucking between now and then I'm gonna try and finish this one, try and finish Resident Evil 3, try and finish Blasphemous, and that's it. Then I'm gonna jump into May like just fucking with a clear head, hopefully.
Can't say that that'll happen for me.
What do you got on your plan? I pretty much gave up on everything else. I have this list here of all the stuff.
That's where I'm at. I've kind of given up on everything.
Yeah, I have a whole pile of open world games that I just decided I'm never gonna finish. Just fucking.
Yeah.
Horizon, Red Dead, Ghost of Tsushima. No. None of that. Then I gotta try and finish Xenopath. I gotta try and finish Octopath. Gotta try and finish Bravely, Final Fantasy 13, Kingdom Hearts 2, Ni no Kuni 2, Astral Chain, Neo 2, Blasphemous.
Good luck.
Yeah. Nice pile of games.
Yeah, you really gotta pick and choose what's important there. And I have no idea what the fuck I would.
You know what, man? The problem for me is, it's gonna sound fucking preposterous, is most nights I just sit there and I'm like, what am I gonna play? And before I know it, 2 hours goes by and I don't play fucking shit. If I just every day just didn't think about it so much and just played something, I would have finished all of them by now. You know?
Pretty much.
Ridiculous, eh? Life is funny.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it's not
funny
fucking.
like
you can't go gaming when you don't get that sensation like I'm feeling when I'm watching this Gravity Rush here. You know, like that's how it has to go. Like you gotta fucking feel like you want to play it.
That's
Otherwise,
the thing, right?
What are we doing, right?
That's when, at the end of the day, that's when the game is at its best. When
100%.
When you're like a slave to it, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Absolutely.
So into it, you're like fucking. Oh my god,
it's mine. Yeah.
Now play this stupid game.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, fucking
definitely like FF7 remake. When that came out, it was like there was nothing else.
I understand. Yeah, that happens to me sometimes for sure. Lately, it's been difficult to fucking find something to get into, but ever since Cyberpunk, really, Cyberpunk was the last one I really fucking got lost in for a while.
Cyberpunk was pretty sick.
Really enjoyed that game. It took me about 3 weeks or so to get through. I did almost everything. It was crazy.
Oh my god, what the hell? Some dude's running around with like a fucking grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Messing shit up.
Call of Duty, man. Fucking funny that she's still going.
Man.
What a healthy brand.
Going for a while.
Right. It's ridiculous. Buddy, it looks like I'm going to have to depart. Looks like we're going to have to cut this off. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I'm going to stop the stream here, and we'll fucking chat soon, everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Be sure to head over to our website if you want to join our Discord and talk to us anytime you fucking